today's Columbus Area Labor Management Committee Quick Takes video. Today we're going to begin a series on fundamentals of supervision. My name is Dr. Jim Coles, and I'm the Executive Director of Columbus Area Labor Management Committee.
And I'm Meredith Porterfield, Program Manager for Columbus Area Labor Management Committee.
In this first video in our series, we're going to look at some of the skills that supervisors need to have in order to be successful.
In this presentation, we're going to provide some basic information about supervisors and their role within the organization. We can't get into specifics simply because it can be different in each organization. But what we can do is to provide some common duties and some common responsibilities most supervisors will have. This is the first part of our two-part presentation on the fundamentals of supervision. Each part is about 5 minutes in length. And to get started, we're going to look at lack of definition. It's very difficult to define supervisor. The U.S. court system has difficulty, and if you look at the dictionary definition that we have at the bottom of the slide, it's very broad in scope. So that's why we use some common duties and responsibilities to help tell what a supervisor does and is all about. And we'll look at some of the duties that are on the next slide. We have a list of common duties most supervisors will encounter that include fostering a positive work environment, planning work, overseeing the staff that does the work, and making sure that the work gets completed are just some of those duties. Now, as far as responsibilities are concerned, one of those responsibilities is customer service, because no matter where a supervisor works, they're probably going to be encountering customer service issues. And those customers could be internal customers or they could be external customers. Internal customers are those people that could be in the next department from us that rely on us to provide them with a product or service so they can complete their work. External customers are what we normally think of as customers, the people on the outside of the organization that purchase a product or service that we provide. But what's more important is that supervisors need to make sure that the staff that they oversee have the necessary skills to be able to assist customers. And supervisors on a regular basis need to oversee the system to make sure it is meeting customer needs and expectations. Another important responsibility supervisors have is to manage their time, because not only are they going to have their work to do, they're also going to have to oversee the work of others. So that means they need to be very organized, and they need to plan for any changes or any emergencies that could come up. For example, maybe a customer is going to need their product or service a lot sooner than they normally do, and a supervisor may need to get involved in that. Or maybe an employee is going to call off sick, and somebody needs to do that employee's work. The supervisor may have to delegate that employee's work to another employee so there won't be any interruption to the workflow. Another responsibility supervisors have is something we've already mentioned, and that's creating a positive work environment. And they can do so by creating a high-performance work system, which we'll talk about in another presentation, but it's basically one where employees feel valued, they feel respected, and they're very much a part of the everyday decision-making process. And supervisors can create that kind of an environment by using participating management skills or coaching skills that help to develop teams, which leads to another important responsibility of supervisors, and that is the development of teams. Supervisors need to be aware that teams go through some very distinct stages, and some of those stages can be difficult. So supervisors should be prepared to have some tools and techniques to get teams out of those difficult stages and into more productive stages. Another responsibility that supervisors have in regards to team development is to recognize that teams have some very different needs. They have task needs and they have social needs. The task needs are the needs to get the everyday work done. The social needs are the work to get things done through others or working with others. So supervisors should be prepared to provide support for both sets of needs. Supervisors should also communicate to not just the teams, but the individual members on the team some expectations and roles so that everybody is clear as far as what they're supposed to be doing. That's the end of the first part of our presentation on the fundamentals of supervision. Please watch our second part when we talk about more responsibilities of supervisors.